Hello summoners, welcome to MainDeck Masters. Today we have a proxy play video with Marshall and I. Marshall is going to be on the left playing Aberration Hydra, and I am going to be on the right playing Siegwurm Ira. This Aberration Hydra deck is nutty, it's very fast, and it applies an incredible amount of pressure. The Siegwurm Ira deck also, it applies a lot of pressure. If you can get Ira down, it can be backbreaking. Same with Hydra. But let's go ahead and get into the game. Make sure to like and subscribe. Marshall's going to start us off with a strong draw, drawing 3 cards, ditching what looks like a Gladiator Squallow and an Erupting Submarine Volcano, and he's going to pass it on over to me. I'm, of course, going to do the best red turn 1 play, which is Volcanic Canyon. And I do believe we are just going to pass it back on over to Marshall. So we got the cannon, we can start filtering. Marshall has filtered his hand a bit, looking for that Labyrinth, but he does play the Pollen, again looking for the Labyrinth. He's trying to get that out as quickly as possible. He's going to mill 5 off of that Pollen, not finding the Labyrinth, but we do see an Ice Shield in his hand, we see a Hydra in his hand. He's got quite a bit of cards, a Manticore and the Ancient draw. So once he's able to get a Nexus or 2 set up, he's going to be able to play out that Hydra and start applying incredible amounts of pressure. He's going to swing with that Pollen, put me down to 4, and I'm going to start drawing 2 and ditching a Dino Man. So on my turn, we are going to be playing a Dino Man Tyrannoid, and since we only have 2 spirits or fewer on the field, that Dino Man is going to be level 3 automatically. Then we're going to go for the Ancient draw, drawing 2 cards, and then looking at the top 3 for a Spirit with Ascend. Unfortunately, we don't hit it, and also, unfortunately, we hit 3 very good magics in Ice Shield, Beam Rifle, and Dream Bomb. So, you know, not what you want to see on that top 3, but, you know, sometimes that's what happens. We are going to set a burst and pass it on over to Marshall. Not trying to take too much damage from him, keeping that Dino Man up. Marshall does draw into the Great Sapphire Labyrinth, playing that down, and then he's going to pay 1 for that Manticore and start ramping onto that Great Sapphire Labyrinth. I really like Manticore in the Hydra deck. Here it comes down for 1 and is able to ramp a core, so it basically pays for itself. So he's starting that ramp train. Marshall is going to elect not to attack and just pass on over to me. He has the Hydra in his hand. He does have the Great Sapphire Labyrinth, so he's not really too worried about it right now. He knows that once he gets that Hydra out, he's going to start absolutely wrecking my board. And we are going to play out a Bearded Eagle. It's only going to cost us 1. And let's see, we pay 3, and we are going to play out the Andromeda, killing the Great Sapphire Labyrinth. He only gets 1 ramp off of that Labyrinth, and that's really good. That's what we want. So this Dino Man is still only going to be level 1 now because we have 3 spirits on the board. However, his spirits are a 2k and a 3k, so we are going to be able to swing over his spirits with the core on the Volcanic Canyon. Our Bearded Eagle is a 4k, so if he decides to block, he's going to lose the spirits. Swinging with the Bearded Eagle, he is going to take it going to 4, and we're just going to pass on over to him, saying, okay, if he does get a Hydra out, then we're going to be able to, you know, we can kill off the Bearded Eagle and we can block a bit. We do see Marshall draw a second Hydra, so, you know, he's kind of in the driver's seat here. He's going to play an Erupting Submarine Volcano for only 1 and then pay those 4 cores to bring out the Hydra ascending off of the Manticore. And that Hydra's got 3 cores on it, so it is level 2, and it's going to be able to start swinging, destroying things, and raiding to continue attacking. We're going to choose to destroy the Bearded Eagle. We do mill an Ira, a Dustworm Drought Dragon, and a Dino Man. It kind of sucks, it kind of hurts, but you know, it is what it is, and it would be really good if we had that Beam Rifle that we ended up putting to the bottom. I do believe we have one here in our hand, but we do not really have the cores to play it, because if we play it, we just, you know, lose all of our spirits here. So let's see. We can either block. Yeah, we are just going to take it going down to 2, and he's going to swing again, destroying I'm going to choose to destroy the Dino Man, and we see 2 Ice Shields get milled off of that, which hurts to see. And, you know, what do we do here? We have to block with the Andromeda, and then he can swing in with the Pollen, you know, and put us down to 1. So he just completely wrecked our field there. And he just swings in with the Pollen saying, okay, well, you know, we're going to put you down to 1. I do believe that's a Starblast draw that we have set. So, you know, we're not going to get any value off of that Starblast draw if we are not able to see, say, you know, him dropping another Pollen or anything like that. And he has absolutely no reason to drop a Pollen anymore because he's got his Hydra out. He knows we have a burst set, so if he drops a Pollen onto our Starblast, he's going to immediately, you know, he's going to feel the effects. And Marshall is not going to be doing that. So we are going to pay 2 for a Bearded Eagle and then another 2 for a Starblast draw, trying to dig for something. We do hit an Ice Shield, which is nice. And we're going to pay 3 for the Horn General Tricera Warrior. And then what? Now we're in that spot where we're like, okay, we can put 2 spirits on the board, but he's still at 4 and we're at 1, and if we swing out, then we just die because we don't have a Dream Bomb in hand or anything like that. We have to be able to, you know, guard with the spirit and then maybe beam rifle him or something like that. So we need both spirits up, and if he has like a Raging Tide or a Flood Stream, then we're just kind of boned anyway. So he's going to core up that Hydra, core up that Erupting Submarine Volcano. So when that Hydra destroys my Bearded Eagle, I'm going to mill 3 from the Bearded Eagle and then mill an additional 3 off of the Erupting Submarine Volcano. We see another Ira. There goes another Dream Bomb. So one of our Dream Bombs is at the bottom and the other one just got milled. So, you know, we're kind of not in a great spot. Not in a great spot at all. And this is what happens when you're playing against Hydra. If they see Hydra early and they're able to get it out and you can't really do anything against it, then this is what happens. So we're going to block with the Tricera Warrior, and then we're going to cast the Beam Rifle by paying cores off of the Tricera Warrior. We're going to kill it because it's going to die anyway, and if we kill it off by paying the cores off of it, then it doesn't die by Hydra and we don't mill 3 more cards. So we get rid of a Siegwurm Nova out of our hand because it's pretty useless to us right now. That Hydra is a 13k, so Siegwurm Nova has, you know, passed his prime of being able to destroy a Hydra. And we're going to do what looks like the same turn. Bearded Eagle into a Starblast draw, and then we're going to pay 3 for another Tricera Warrior. Yep, we're, you know, exactly in the same boat as we were last time. We're going to play that Ancient draw, looking for maybe an Ira or something. Nope, we missed the Ira on the top 3. Maybe we drew it, but I'm not sure at this point. Yes, I see the Ira in hand. We do have an Ira in hand. And, you know, what do we do here? Like, what is there to do? We have an Ice Shield, a Nova, an Ira, and not much else here to do anything with. And once again, we just have to pass on over to James, and he does draw the Flood Stream, so that's game. Yeah, he's gonna pay 3 for the Flood Stream on the Tricera Warrior, and yeah, that's game. He's gonna kill my Bearded Eagle with his Hydra when it attacks, and, you know, I'm not gonna be able to guard. So game 1 went very strongly in favor of Marshall with the Hydra play, getting that Hydra out early, and, you know, if you can't do anything about it, you just die. So we are into game 2 here. We are going to start it out with a Starblast draw, drawing 2 cards, and we do see another Starblast draw in our hand. Do we set that as a burst? Yes, we do set it as a burst because early on, he's probably going to want to be dropping a Pollen, and if he drops that Pollen like he does now, we are going to be able to burst that Starblast draw and draw 2 additional cards for free. So we do see a Hydra, a Volcano, so he does get the Erupting Submarine Volcano, but he does mill a Hydra, an Ice Shield, and a Raging Tide, and a Strong Draw, so, you know, that is kind of good for us. He's going to go ahead and swing with the Pollen after we burst our Starblast draw, putting us to 4. And let's see if we have something good. We are going to pay 5 for a Tricera Warrior here. Set another burst. And do we swing in with that Tricera Warrior? Is a 7k. It will have Confront. No, we're just setting it up because it's a 7k. It can, you know, guard over a lot of his early stuff. So with that in mind, we are just going to be keeping that up as defense. Marshall does throw down a Strong Draw. 4-1, strong draw for 1 in blue feels so good as the blue player, not as the person against the blue player. It looks like he's going to mill a Swallow and a Manticore. He's like, yeah, I don't need these. I have a couple more in my hand anyway. So we are just going to chill. And is he pouring up the Pollen, or is he going to play something else? So he does have another Erupting Submarine Volcano in his hand, so he could play that. It looks like he is going to be playing the Erupting Submarine Volcano. So 2 Nexus on the field. If he has a Hydra, then he's, he's good to go right now. As long as I, don't draw into like an Andromeda or a Burning Force. But we are going to pay 2 for a Bearded Eagle, put that core on the Bearded Eagle, and it looks like we are going to Burning Force one of his Erupting Submarine Volcanoes. He does not have a Labyrinth in drop, so he's not going to be able to do anything with that Labyrinth, and we are going to confront out that Pollen, get that off the board. And do we swing with the Eagle? We might as well just swing with the Eagle. No, we pass. I think that was a mistake. We should have swung with the Eagle just to say, yeah, we have the Eagle. Let's just drop it. Let's just drop you down and start, really dealing that damage. An Ancient Draw does come out. We do not see a Hydra off of that Ancient Draw. We do see a Shark, another Volcano, and I think a Raging Tide off that top 3. So he does not quite have the Hydra yet, but I do think that he has a Shark in his hand, so we need to be careful. Playing against blue, always be careful. You want to keep your Soul Core on the spirit that you want to survive the most, because if they just go ahead and drop a Shark on you if they're playing it, then you just lose your entire field and your most valuable spirit. So we do Burning Force another one of his Erupting Submarine Volcanoes, because we want to keep those Nexuses low. We want to just make it to where he does not have any Nexuses, no reduction. So, once we get rid of those Erupting Submarine Volcanoes, if he starts dropping Labyrinths, then we can start getting rid of the Labyrinths as well. We do see another Ancient Draw from him, and we see a Labyrinth into his hand from the Ancient Draw, and he does see the Hydra. He mills the extra cards that should have gone to the bottom of the deck. Now, that doesn't really matter, but they do get milled. A slight oversight from Marshall. So, and he's going to play the Volcano, or the Labyrinth, and then play a Manticore. He is very low on cores here. So I wonder what his plan is here. He's, pretty low on cores. I can just, play another Spirit and just start swinging at him, which I think we should here. We are going to pay 4 for an Andromeda. We're going to kill the Volcano, and that's basically all 4 Volcanoes, because one is at the bottom of his deck. So all the Volcanoes are gone, so which is good, because now we can start killing the Labyrinths, and the only way for him to get Labyrinths back is to ascend off of a Deep Walker. So, this is pretty good. His Manticore is only a 3k. We are going to swing with the Tricera Warrior and see what he's going to decide to do off of this. He has 2 cores to work with right now. If he takes one and then blocks another, he can Raging Tide our Bearded Eagle. So let's see what he decides to do here. He is just going to take the damage, going to 2. We are swinging with the Andromeda. He's going to go ahead and block with that Manticore, and then the Manticore is going to die anyway, so he's just going to pay the cores off of it and Raging Tide our Eagle out to, keep him at 2 life. So a good play by Marshall. Like I said, he was going to lose it anyway, so might as well just, use that Raging Tide the way that it needs to be used and stop our last attack. We do see the Gladiator Squallow coming out. He's going to be ramping a core. Another Gladiator Squallow coming out, ramping another core. So he's paying 2, getting 1 back each time. So it's like he's only paying 1 core. 2 for a Deep Walker. That Deep Walker is going to come down and ramp him another core. And then if he decides to ascend off of this Deep Walker into his Hydra, then he is going to be able to get one of his Volcanoes back, which is going to be pretty good for him. He does have 4, so he could... Okay, yeah, he's going to pay for the Hydra here. He's paying for the Hydra, ascending off of the Deep Walker so he can get back a Nexus. He's going to get back the Erupting Submarine Volcano, so now his Raid 3 is going to be active. 100% going to be active. And he does have 2 cores on that erupting submarine volcano, so he's going to start milling me out. So, yep, he's going to activate Raid. We're going to, kill one of our spirits. I'm going to be milling 8 cards off of this Hydra swing, 5 from the Tricera Warrior, and 3 more from the erupting submarine volcano. What do we have in our hand? Yeah, we're just going to flip the Absolute Ice Shield. We take 2 going down to 2, and then, heal 1 going back up to 3. So we can do this again, Ice Shield another Hydra attack, and, end up at 2 life, which is going to be good for us. So, if we, Hydra, or if we Ice Shield back to 2, then that gives us an additional turn, and then we can Ice Shield from hand if we need to. So, and we are counting some cores out, looking to see if we can drop this Ira. And we might just be dropping this Ira, I think. We're going to pay 3. So it's 4 for gray if we have gray in our hand, and then gray makes Ira cost 1. So we're trying to see if we can bring this Ira out with, enough cores on it to be level 3, because we need 5 cores on it to be level 3 so it can swing over the Hydra. I don't think we're doing that. We're just going to Dust Swarm one of the Gladiator Squallows. Marshall is going to throw a core at me. So the Dust Swarm does come down. Like, if we had a Big Bang Energy, that would be pretty cool, but like I said, in this build, the Big Bang Energy is in the side, and we elected not to use the sideboard for this build, or for this best of 3, because we just wanted to, get the base decks going against each other. We are going to core up, and then we're going to pass. We could have, I guess we force a block with the Gladiator Squallow with Andromeda, and then we force the block on the Squallow with the Andromeda, then we ascend over, or we awaken over to the Dustswarm Drought Dragon, and then we try to, attack him from there, but we're gonna get 9 milled out from us by destroying this Andromeda, and if we were going to just core up and pass, we probably should have cored up the Drought Dragon, so the Drought Dragon was a 10k, but I guess the idea here is whatever, we're just going to Ice Shield again, get the Andromeda killed, Ice Shield again, and then try to do something next turn, having the Dustswarm Drought Dragon out on the field. I'm not entirely sure here, but either way, Marshall, he did some stuff. He casted a Strong Draw, he played a Manticore, he ramped a core, he's, killing my Andromeda here with his raid. We're milling another 9 cards and going, okay, Hydra's doing Hydra things. We do have 2 more Ice Shields in hand, so, if we are able to do anything here, we take the 2, flip an Ice Shield, go back to 2, and end his turn. I think the idea is we needed a few more cores, so taking the damage, gaining the core, and then, getting another core from start of turn is probably what we were looking for to be able to drop this Ira. And I think we're going to be doing it this time. So we have 3. Yeah, that's 8. Yeah, because it will have 5 cores. Yeah, so 8 on the Ira, ascend off of the Dustswarm Drought Dragon. We are going to kill his 2 spirits, draw 2 cards, and we draw into it. I think it looked like we drew into a beam rifle, which is pretty cool because, yeah, we can swing with this Ira, we can beam rifle his Hydra, and if he doesn't have a response, then we just win the game here. So let's see what we do. I think that's the line I go for, but I'm not entirely sure. It's like, yeah, we're just going to, you were like, hold on, you can't just guard this. We are going to beam rifle you. And yep, Marshall did not have anything. He didn't have a Dream Bomb or anything to stop us. So, Ira came down, wiped the rest of the board, and we beam rifled his Hydra down and secured the victory. So that was game 2. On to game 3. Who can win the game 3? I'm going to go first and drop down a Volcanic Canyon. We didn't see a Volcanic Canyon last time, but this time we do get to see the Volcanic Canyon, and we're going to, have that perfect start, basically. We do see Pollen come down for Marshall, and he does hit the the Great Sapphire Labyrinth, which is what he wants to see, milling out an Ice Shield, 2 Raging Tides, and a Manticore, cards that he don't really care about too much. And then he's going to put me down to 4. Going to filter through with this Volcanic Canyon, looking for some things, dropping a Gray. Early on, Gray's not really going to do much for us. We are going to pay 5. I think we drop an Andromeda here. Yes, we drop an Andromeda, get rid of that Great Sapphire Labyrinth. We are not... There's going to be no ramping for you right now. And just pass on over. Again, like, I feel like I'm being a little too passive here. Like, I feel like maybe I should be less passive, especially against Hydra. You really want to, like, push them, because if you do not push them, then they just get to where they want to be. We do see 3 Squallows, a Shark, and a Hydra get milled off of that Pollen, but he's, you know, 5 cards closer to his next Nexus. However, you know, he doesn't have a Hydra, but we do see he does have a Hydra in his hand, and he has a Volcano. So we are going to drop a Beam Rifle. I'm not sure if that's the best idea for us to be dropping that Beam Rifle, but, you know, it is what it is. We do see the Tricera Warrior. Tricera Warrior is going to be, you know, a 7k. It is going to have Confront, so we can start confronting down his Pollens. Dropping that Starblast Draw. We're not going to burst it because he's already played 2 Pollens, and we don't really want to, you know, we don't want to bank on him dropping another Pollen. We're not sure if he's going to be dropping another Pollen, because, you know, he's already dropped 2 at this point, so he's, you know, much closer to what he wants, and he did just drop draw another Volcano. So if he just drops both of these Volcanoes, then yeah, exactly, he drops both of these Volcanoes. So if we kill a Volcano, he gets his Sapphire Labyrinth back, and, you know, it just kind of that loop that we don't really like being in, is kill a Volcano, he gets a Labyrinth, kill the Labyrinth, and then he has, you know, still another Volcano. It does kind of suck, because either way, if we don't take care of his Volcanoes, he can just, you know, he has them up for raid, but we do want to get rid of those Labyrinths, because we want to be able to make it to where he can't ramp. He does play the Squallow, just get another Spirit on field, passes on over to me. We are going to drop another Volcanic Canyon, no real need for it. We are going to just core up that Andromeda, it does look like. Do we play anything else, or do we just, you know, put a core on that Volcanic Canyon and start swinging? Because we have double Confront here, so we can get rid of both of his Spirits. We are going to drop a Burst. I think it's an Ice Shield. We're gonna go ahead and be like, okay, we've done, you know, we have a few turns into the game, so a Hydra definitely is going to be coming out soon. So we're just going to drop a Burst and swing with both our Spirits, because, like I said, if Hydra comes down, then, you know, it doesn't really matter, because, you know, our Spirits are going to go bye-bye, basically. Marshall is counting his cores out. We do see a Deep Walker in his hand plus the Hydra. 2 for the Deep Walker, and then 4 for the Hydra. Okay, he's just going to go ahead and play an Ancient Draw. All right, he's going to draw 2, and then top 3. You see a Dream Bomb, a Raging Tide, and a Deep Walker. So no Hydra from the Ancient Draw, but he does draw 2 there. Maybe he's looking for another Labyrinth, though, and he's going to be playing a Pollen as well. Okay, so he's very low on cores. We do see 2 Ice Shields. You know, he does get another Volcano, but he's milled 3 Ice Shields at this point, I think. I think 3 Ice Shields are gone, or it could be 2. Could be mixing up this game and the last game. I'm not entirely sure here. But he's just going to pass on over to me. I'm going to drop an Ira off of the Volcanic Canyon, because I think I have one in my hand, and we don't really need the Ira right now. And do we start... Honestly, I feel like at this point we should just play a Spirit, like a low-cost Spirit or something like that, and just start swinging at him. Just swing hard, because if we have the Bearded Eagle comes down, then we should be just straight up swinging at him. We shouldn't be... You know, we shouldn't be backing up. We shouldn't be doing nothing. We should just swing. Swing with the Andromeda, force the Confront, and then swing with the other 2 Spirits. There we go. We forced the Confront, killing the Pollen. Then we are going to, swing with the... So we just fully swing out, put Marshall to 3. We're like, okay, we need to put you down so we can start trying to close this game out, because the longer this game goes, the better it is for blue. because blue just, you know, the longer the game goes, the closer they are to Hydra, and the worse it is for us. And it looks like, yep, he's paying for getting that Hydra out and ascending off of that Deep Walker, and that Deep Walker ascend is going to allow him get that labyrinth back out that we did destroy. So he's looking for the labyrinth. It looks like, yep, the labyrinth goes on the field, and he's you know, sitting on 4 nexus, 4 blue reduction from those nexus, and he is got 4 cores on that Hydra, 1 on the volcano. But does he put one of his cores onto the volcano so we can, you know, mill more? Or is he... we do see a strong draw. Does he decide to play the strong draw here? It looks like, yeah, he pays the core off of the labyrinth and plays a strong draw. We see a Dream Bomb, a Manticore, and another strong draw. So that's pretty good for him. He drops the Ancient Draw and the Manticore. He's like, yeah, I don't need these. Like I said, he has the Dream Bomb and another strong draw, which drawing that strong draw is going to be pretty nasty for him, it turns out. So we do mill one of our Dream Bombs, of course, because it wouldn't be blue if you weren't getting milled out for your Dream Bombs. We're just going to take it, flip the Ice Shield, go back to 3, and in the turn. So we're, you know, we need to do something quickly. If we don't do something quickly, this game is going to spiral out of control. I think we draw 2 Volcanic Canyons there and ditch 1. So we do not want anything to, you know, spiral out of control, because, you know, there's a Hydra on board. And so we put another core back onto the Andromeda and play the Starblast draw, and then we play another Starblast draw. Do we have an Ancient Draw in our hand? Because if we had an Ancient Draw in our hand, that would really be pretty good for us, because having an Ancient Draw against this Hydra would be pretty good. Though this Hydra is a 10k, I guess the idea here is to confront with the Andromeda as an 11k and just hope we can kill it. But he does have 4 cores on that Hydra, so we are swinging 11k confront, and he is going to, yep, guard with that Hydra and throw down the strong draw. We're like, well, I mean, we saw him cast a strong draw, and, you know, if he had 2 or drew 1 off of it, I guess we kind of you know, it kind of sucks for us. But, you know, sometimes you have to make that gamble, and this time it didn't pay off for us, though we did put him down to 2 with the Tricera Warrior. So, you know, putting him down to 2 means that if we drop an Ira and we can swing with that Ira and, you know, get through, then it's pretty good for us. So, but unfortunately a second Hydra comes down, and he has the Labyrinth to rest, to exhaust, to make the ascend cost, you know, be 0. So here we are. So he's going to be putting 2 cores on 2 of his Labyrinth, 2 cores on 3 of his Labyrinth. So one of his Hydras isn't going to be able to, like, raid or anything, but I don't think it matters. So we're going to mill 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 for a total of 14 cards off of this. So there goes our other Dream Bomb. There's some Ice Shields. There's our Elden Dragon's Jaw that we never got to see because we kept milling it. And there goes, you know, half of the remainder of our deck. And that's not too good for us at all. We're going to take 2, flip the Ice Shield, heal 1, go back to 2, and end his turn. But he now has 2 Hydras on the field, which is not great for us. And, yeah, this is not a situation we want to be in. This is absolutely not the situation we want to be in. The writing is kind of on the wall here, unless we have some sort of miracle, but Marshall has the Dream Bomb in hand, so it doesn't really matter what we do. We don't even have a Nova. Like, you can see me looking through my drop. Like, both Novas got milled out. Both of our Elden Dragon's Jaws got milled out. Like, just so much of what's important to us got milled out, and so our hand doesn't even really matter because we can't deal with these Hydras. Ira doesn't kill 2 symbol spirits, you know, whereas Hydra kills everything, and I'm not salty. I'm not mad, you're mad. So we're gonna play the Gray, and the Gray is gonna allow us to, you know, summon the Ira for free. And you know, the Ira is gonna come down. We're not gonna draw anything, but the Ira is pretty large. We do not have an Ice Shield in hand. So like, what do we do here? You know what I mean? Like, what do we do here really? Do we just swing and, you know, he just blocks and it doesn't matter? But because all we have is Hydra, Ira. Like, even if our Ira survives, like, he just kills it with a Hydra. You know what I mean? And we're just looking at our hand, going, yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're dead. We're done here. That's the game. Unfortunately, like I said, he got the Hydra out. He got 2 Hydras out, and it just absolutely broke our back. That's what happens sometimes. I'm saying, like, yeah, he had the strong draw. He was able to get the strong draw. And having that strong draw off of the last strong draw to be able to buff up that Hydra by 3k really, really, you know, did work for him. Though maybe we could have summoned the Ira the turn before. Sorry about the camera focusing in and out. But maybe if we would have been able to get the Ira out the turn before, then that strong draw wouldn't have mattered because the Ira would have been able to swing over it. But, you know, it is what it is. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Proxy Play, Hydra versus Ira. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out more than you think. We will have more in the future. Until then, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.